All right, y'all, welcome back. So out on a little bit of adventure heading towards central Nebraska. I've got a couple of spots picked out, and I left my sunglasses in the wife's car, so had to pick up the old gas station sunglasses. We'll see how these work out. But yeah, got a couple of spots to check out before we find camp tonight, and then we're gonna try something a little bit different. I guess not, I shouldn't say too different, but we're gonna try something with dinner that I've never had before. It's been suggested by you guys a couple of times, so we'll see how that all turns out. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be on the road for a couple of days on this one, so we'll have a couple of truck camping videos. And if you're waiting for the van adventures, I am waiting for the lights to show up in the mail, and then we'll get that stuff installed and go from there on that one. My styling and profiling with my knockoff Ray-Bans. Whatever works, I just needed some sunglasses. Alrighty, y'all, get this wallet out of my pocket so I'm not sick and crooked. Let's get on out of here.
Turn right onto US 6 West, 5th Street. Continue on US 6 West for 79 miles. Is on the right.
Put my window down so I don't accidentally lock myself out. All right, guys, so we've made it to our first spot, and we are at the historical marker of the Susan O. Hale grave, and we're gonna check this out. And the actual grave is like a mile down the road, so we'll go check that out next. But I'll read this to you guys. All right, the Susan O. Hale grave. To Overland emigrants, the rigors of the trail began with the coast of Nebraska, the ridge of sand hills separating the Platte Valley from the open prairie behind it. Thousands of emigrants passed this way during the peak emigration years of the 1850s. Hundreds died of disease, principally of Asiatic cholera. It is believed that a grave near here is the one of such victim. Of all those who died, only a few graves are known. On August 3rd, 1859, a surveyor noted the grave and its marker, memory of Susan O. Hale of Lafayette County, Missouri, who died June 2nd, 1852, aged 34 years, 5 months, and 12 days. That marker, since destroyed, was of polished workmanship, unlike most trail gravestones. It is said her husband returned to Missouri, had the stone made, and brought it to this spot on the prairie. The people of the area have cared for the grave, and the land was purchased in 1958 and presented to Adams County by the Federated Women's Club of Kennesaw and the Adams County Historical Society. And there is another little marker here. Dedicated June 8, 2002, Sand Hill, added station July 1st, 1861, November 20th, 1861. And like I said, I guess this says that the marker is no longer there, but there is a grave site a little bit farther down the road. So we're gonna hop back in the truck and we're gonna head down there and go check it out. So, like I said, the grave is supposed to be just down the road, although that says the original marker was destroyed. It's 0.6 miles straight down this gravel road. Let's see if I can get this thing turned around right. There's cows across the road, yeah.
Turn left onto West 70th Street.
There's a couple of different, well, I guess there's a sign and then there's the marker for the grave up here. This one's got a lot of writing on it. I don't know if we'll read all of this, but I'll show it to you. Susan C. Hale was born December 20th, 1817 in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. She was the youngest child of Joseph and Prudence Bledsoe. Bledsoe is in parentheses and it says Sewell, natives of Sumner County, Tennessee. Upon the death of Joseph in 1819, Prudence Sewell returned to Sumner County to be near relatives who would help care for her 7 children. There, near the town of Gallatin, Susan Sewell grew up. On November 17, 1836, Susan married 20-year-old Richard C. Hale, a native of Smith County, Tennessee. In 1840, the Hales and their first 2 children moved to Lafayette County, Missouri, where Richard was respectively employed in teaching school, bookkeeping, and clerking. In 1849, Hale joined the California Gold Rush, but returned to Missouri in 1851 for his wife and children. In the spring of 1852, the Hale family began their trip across the plains to California. By 1852, Susan and Richard were the parents of 6 children: Joseph Sewell, Martha Antoinette, known as Nettie, Sarah Jane, John William, and Susan Henrietta, the baby of the family who was 3 years old. Relatives of Susan were also in the company, including her unmarried older sister Martha and her brother John Sewell and his family. John Sewell, like Richard Hale, was a returning 49er. Besides several wagons, they were herding 100 head of cattle. On June 2nd, 1852, Susan Hale died of cholera while the family camped within sight of the Platte River. According to legend, though not confirmed by family papers, Richard returned to the settlements and obtained a marble headstone of his wife's grave. He probably traveled by horseback. This story may well be true and would account for the grave's survival. Indeed, the existence of such a grave marker is confirmed by William Woodhams, who arrived here May 10th, 1854. He wrote, "Past many graves, one had a nice marble headstone with a woman's name on it. It stood on top of a little sandhill. Strange enough was that sad evidence of civilization here in the wilderness. The more so as it bore a woman's name, bad enough for a man to be buried in this wild region, but a woman's place seems peculiar in the comforts of home and friends." The wagon train went on without Richard, with Aunt Martha Sewell taking charge of the Hale children. After marking Susan's grave, Richard could well have overtaken the slow-moving wagon train before it reached California. Richard and the children settled in Napa County, where he farmed and engaged in lumbering with Susan's brother, John Sewell. In 1853, he married widowed Susan Sears, a native of Kentucky. They had 4 children together. Later, the family moved to Solano County after Richard bought a 500-acre farm located a few miles north of Fairfield. He served 3 terms in the California legislature, representing an intern Napa and Solano counties. Richard C. Hale died January 13th, 1890. That's wild. That's a crazy story. And 500 acres, that is a lot of land. It's really hard to come by much land like that these days, and when you do, you're paying millions and millions of dollars for it. And then here we have the marker for her grave. It says Oregon Trail Memorial. People have thrown change on there. And it's on a big mound right here. It makes me curious if like this mound was built specifically for this. You would kind of think so because it's out of place. All right, I gotta grab my phone, snap a few pictures of this, and we'll go see if we can find ourselves a camp spot. We've made it into a park, and it was kind of surprising. I've been here before. It was actually close to that spot, but they had a guy here working, and I didn't even get the opportunity to drive around and check for a campsite. So I was assigned spot V13, and that's where we're going to be at. Hopefully we're kind of by our lonesome, but we might have neighbors. We'll find out. There's actually quite a few people here. Not a bad spot. We've got ourselves a fire pit, and there's even a nice little pond right here. Well, he put me in a good spot. No neighbors, so we're good. I'm gonna get the old truck set up, and we'll probably get to fire cooking so we can make some dinner. Since I've been here before, and if you got two brain cells to rub together and you look up where that historical marker is, I guess I'll let you guys know where this spot is at. I usually don't tell you guys where I'm camping, especially if I'm in the state, but we are at Fort Kearney Recreation Area, and there's a bunch of historical stuff around here, but we've checked out a couple different things before, but I guess I can show you exactly where I am. So if you can see the map, I am way over here on the very edge of it, but there are multiple little lakes out here, and it's a beautiful park, state historical park and state recreation area, but it's gorgeous. Give you guys a little weather check before we get the fire going. It is currently 54 degrees, and it's a low of 30 tonight. I don't have any electricity here. I do have propane heat, but I probably won't need anything like that. But it's about 6 o'clock, so we've got maybe 2 hours of light left. So let's go ahead and get this fire chooching. He said I can burn anything I find, so There's some firewood laying out there, but I've also got a tote full. And I'll actually be able to cook on this fire. We're not going to use the cast iron tonight. I know I've done that in the last few videos, but we'll just use the dirty old grill here. Need a spoon. Probably a smaller spoon. Grab a plate. All right, y'all. So I have never had sauerkraut before, and every time I've had a hot dog in a video, I think somebody has told me that I need to try sauerkraut. So I picked up a jar of it, and we're gonna make some dogs and some sauerkraut and see how I enjoy it. I don't know, we'll see what this is all about. I've got some chips to try. These were sent into the P.O. box a few months back. I think they're still good. They expired November 24. We're still gonna eat them anyways. Got some crispy peppers and jalaps. I picked up a pickle just to have something on the side. And here we go. Frank's hot dog kraut. We'll give this a shot. And we've got some Nathan's bun length dogs. So we're just gonna go with a simple old hot dog. I've got some mustard, and I did bring along a little bit of hot sauce, of course, because we might try some of that on there too. We've got ourselves a Dad's root beer to give a whirl. So I think I'm gonna grab my poker for the hot dog. All right, yeah, Nathan's hot dogs. I don't know if I've had Nathan's before, but you guys have also recommended these, so we'll give it a shot. They're all beef, skinless beef dogs. I cook up a little bit. All right. Frank's hot dog kraut. A delicious topping for any sandwich. I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's just cabbage. Must be like, I don't know if it's like fermented or what. I don't know. Never had it before. So hopefully it's not too nasty. I don't know if we'll go through this whole jar of it or not. Doesn't smell bad. Doesn't look bad. Gotta toast ourselves a bun though. It's cooking up quick. Yeah, I figured we'd get ourselves a pickle. Oh snap, pickling company gone dilly. Whole kosher dill, no brine added. I enjoy a nice pickle now and then, but I don't want pickle fingers, so we're gonna eat it right out of here. Pickle. That's a good pickle. And some Dad's old-fashioned root beer, America's premium root beer, caffeine-free. This is made in Jasper, Indiana, produced under the authority of Dad's root beer in Jasper, Indiana. Doesn't say anything else on the bottle. Got a koozie, got my old Spam koozie. There we go. And we've got some weird mustard. I picked up something different. This is Beaver brand Chinese mustard. It says it's extra hot in the traditional style. So I guess mustard is supposed to be hot. Creating award-winning condiments with bold flavors is our love in life. Enjoy. The Biggie family. Yeah. Gotta try weird mustards. I don't know if you're supposed to put mustard on a kraut dog or not, but we're gonna. It smells good. Right on top of our wiener. Alright. I got a little burnt. It got real burnt. I burnt my bun. That's fine though. It'll be fine. A little bit of crisp adds good flavor. All right. I guess we're just gonna go in on this guy. And every time I see a kraut dog, it's covered. I'm all for trying new things. And I've got plenty of dogs if I want to dump it and try a new one. We are going to go ahead and put some jalapenos and peppers on here because I think it'll be good. This could have probably used some fresh peppers, but it's fine. But we'll get a little bit of crunch on it. And then mustard. Sour, I guess, like sauerkraut would be. Should have grabbed another spoon, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to put too much on there if it's super spicy. Probably good. Doritos Dynamita Flamin' Hot Queso. They look like the, I don't know, what are the other things called that are wound up like that? Can't remember the name of them. And our pickle. Have another bite of pickle. All right. Kraut dog on a burnt bun. See what this is all about. It's not bad. It's definitely a sour flavor. The mustard is spicy. Maybe I should have tried it without the mustard on there. It's not bad. You know, I dig that. It's not far off from like the sourness of a pickle. I don't mind that at all. I might be a sauerkraut fan. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. All right. I'm gonna get myself another dog cooking while we're chilling. It's a 2-dog night for sure. Yeah, I don't mind that. Do I just try a bite of it, see what it's about? I don't know if that's going to be dangerous. It's a little sour on its own. It's one of those things as a kid, it just sounded disgusting, so I've never tried it, but that ain't bad. We'll try the second dog. Oh, we'll try the second dog straight up with no mustard or anything else, just kraut. Don't be afraid to try new things. And the Doritos are good. Yeah, what's the name of the other things that are rolled up like this? I can't remember the name of them. We're gonna save that hot sauce for the next one. The Nathan's dogs are good too. Do we put it on like a bed of kraut? We're gonna go hard on the kraut this time. Do a little bit in the bottom. Ooh, hot. And then more kraut on top. All right, straight up kraut dog. I actually like that. That's like it's a tangy twist. I guess that's why they call it sour. I'm curious how they make it, since it's just cabbage. But that's pretty good. I dig it. I'll eat that again. If you've never had sauerkraut, give it a try. Good stuff. Check that guy out. Oh, there's another one coming through. walk over there and see if there's any. Oh, there's another one. There's a couple more right down the road. 3 of them. Looking right at me. What's up, guys? Oh, he got scared. I got scared. There they go through the field. They're just heading back into the trees. Oh, there's a little baby one over there. Yeah, I'm just enjoying the fire, watching sunset behind the truck. Ooh. All right, I always get a little chilly outside. Fire's died down, sun has gone down. Could hear a bunch of turkeys in the distance. Yeah, gobbling and gobbling. Get the old sweats on. It's movie magic. All right. Well, I downloaded a bunch of new crap on the tablet. Don't know what we're gonna watch. I could have left my dang old knockoff Ray-Bans up in the cab, but I did not. But yeah, it's getting a little chilly. I do have extra clothes and I brought thicker socks. I might put the socks on, but let's see what we got on the old tube tonight. What are we gonna watch? A few of you mentioned after the last camping video and the last book I read, which I brought another book with me, I got a new one to read, that I needed to watch the Animal Farm movies. And there's a couple of different ones. I've already watched them, but if you're not aware, there is an animated one that's fairly old. Let me just look up the movies on my phone here if I can. There's one from 1954 and it's animated, and if you research it, from what I understand, is that it's definitely a propaganda flick and the CIA funded it. And that one's animated and that's on Prime, Amazon Prime. So if you want to watch it, it's on there. And then there's also another one from 1999, which kind of takes some liberties on the story, but that is like a live action movie, and Jim Henson was involved in that, from like the Muppets and stuff. And then I think there's actually another one. So I've watched those two, and there's another one from 2025, which I guess, oh, it's an upcoming animated fantasy. So that's coming out July 11th of this year. So I'll have to watch that when that comes out. Maybe we'll watch that one for a video. But if you've read the book and you haven't seen the movies, I would recommend checking those out. Let's see what we've got on here. I downloaded Heat. And Heat has Val Kilmer in it, and Val Kilmer just passed away. And Heat's a great movie. It's like a gangster robbery movie, I guess. Let me tell you what it actually is. Master criminal Neil McCauley, played by Robert De Niro, is trying to control the rogue actions of one of his men while also planning one last big heist before retiring. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Hannah, played by Al Pacino, attempts to track down McCauley as he deals with the chaos of his own life, including the infidelity of his wife, played by Diane Venora, and the mental health of his stepdaughter, which is Natalie Portman. McCauley and Hannah discover a mutual suspect, even as they try to thwart each other's plans. But yeah, it's got Val Kilmer in it, and Val Kilmer's, he was a great actor. God, what's the movie that I really loved with him growing up? Let's see, I can't remember the name of it. He had a long list of movies. The Saint. I loved The Saint, and then he was also in Willow. Willow was one of my favorite movies growing up. I was born in 84 and it came out in 88. Like, I can remember watching that at my grandma's house so many times. She had it on tape. I think she had it on tape that was recorded. I think I've mentioned that before. Real Genius, The Ghost in the Darkness. He was the main character in the Doors movie, Batman Forever, Tombstone, Top Gun. So many things on his resume. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff. But we're gonna watch Heat. I haven't watched Heat in a long time. It's from 95. Should be watching it in the dang old van, because the van's a 95. But 30 years ago. Anyways, give this a watch. Yeah, it's been so long I don't even remember this movie. Like, I remember I think it's like a car chase or a crash scene, like under a bridge or something like that. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen this one. I'm always looking for movie recommendations, y'all, so let me know. Oh, good morning. Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's cold. I thought these cold nights were over, man, but I was cold last night. I should have brought my my propane heater in here and warmed it up a bit, but yeah, I was under the covers all night, like curled up into a ball, put a second pair of socks on, and my nose was cold. Yeah, it says it's 34 right now. 35. It's coming up. It's almost 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's supposed to be windy this morning. We'll see what happens this afternoon. But I was looking around on maps last night for some other stuff to do, and I found a cool little thing we're gonna have to go check out before we end the video out. So maybe get some coffee going and whatnot. We'll go take a look. Dang old bag. Maybe get a little bit of light going in here. Yeah, I probably could have closed that a little bit more last night. Dummy. That feels good. Enough. Got some blueberry muffins. A tasty treat. Some fat muffins. Rest of my windows opened up. I can already hear the wind getting louder out there. Perfect cup of coffee. And a little bit of cake for breakfast, basically. It's a fat muffin, man. Moist. It was a beautiful spot. It was cool to see those deer. They know they're safe here because you can't hunt this place. And the river is just north of here. Oh, Evo. That sun feels nice on my face, y'all. Let's get this thing locked up and hit the road. That truck heater feels nice this morning. And the coffee is tasty. It's about a 20-minute drive to the spot. We're going to be heading into Quady, Nebraska, right into town. Like, this was Fort Kearney State Park. There's actual Fort Kearney here, which I have visited in a previous video. And it's just south of Quady, Nebraska. Well, y'all, I'm not seeing it. It's a rough road. Maybe this thing isn't here anymore. It was right on the side of the road from what it looked like on Google Maps. Crap, this road is rough. I found it. And it is rough looking. But it's cool. I think this, oh no, it's not somebody's house. It used to be a business. We got a rhino. All right, this is neat. Check that out. It's like a giant old covered wagon and you've got some oxen pulling it. And this thing is huge. I think this place might have been a restaurant or something at one point, but it's all boarded up. Check that out. Solid. These are like solid concrete, it feels like. And this thing was built into the building here. But it looks like it may have actually, I don't know, they've got it connected like it was a trailer. And it's just gutted in there. That's kind of wild. I spotted this on maps. I'll have to see what they called it. And yeah, it's missing some of its tarp. That was the entrance to whatever this was. I guess there is a door there. But to give you a scale of size, I'm 6 foot tall and that's taller than me. All right, I'm gonna snap some pictures of this, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out here, guys. It's really noisy right next to the road. It was a great adventure. We saw a few cool things and we edited it with something even cooler. So yeah, stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.